All right, he's already got me ticked off. And then I read this, items not as described. The condition was much worse than described. Seller unwilling to work on fixing the issue. Avoid this seller. Now I'm really ticked. All right, I get negative feedback, not just on eBay, but I get negative feedback because I'm on social media all the time, and I've learned to accept it. I'm sensitive to that kind of stuff, but, you know, if you're going to be on social media, you have to expect some of it. And I'm perfectly okay with people's opinions of me. You know, people will say all the time, there's a little Bon Jovi lot. I'm going to get right to the point here. It's been a few days. I always wait a few days before I talk about this stuff to calm down a little bit, but this sale right here, a little Bon Jovi lot of cassettes. Sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. And you know, like I said, people criticize me on Reddit. They criticize me in my own comments. I'm fine with that. If the criticism's your opinion, you know, people will be like, hey, this guy's always trying to save $2 at a garage sale, and he's always trying to make profit off of other people and whatever. I'm like, well, fair enough, right? Or he wears these stupid childish bracelets, or I could go on and on. My wife reads them to me every once in a while. She gets a kick out of it. And I do too. I just kind of make it a joke. But what I don't like when I read those is when people are just dishonest. They're just lying about somebody, either through not knowing or deliberately lying. And those kind of things still irk me to this day. When it's on my eBay feedback, and by the way, I haven't talked to eBay yet. I will see if we can get it removed. But either way, I'm willing to accept this feedback rather than give this guy a partial refund, which is what he was asking for. And I just can't stand it, because I'm going to read you the thread of the conversation that I had with him before this feedback was left. And I'll tell you what, it really kind of ticked me off. And when you deal with my livelihood, because reselling is my livelihood, and my reputation is my livelihood on social media, and you start to deal with that, and it's not just innocuous, you know, silly comments and criticisms and stuff like that, then I have an issue, and I usually want to address it. This is a cool item, by the way. Harry Gant hat, but this Skull Bandit jacket, I've never seen one quite like that. I think I saw one listing, made in the USA jacket. I put a high price on it, and it's the right time of year for this stuff to sell. Somebody probably bought this as a gift for somebody. That thing sold for $149.95 plus shipping. And I have folks that criticize that I string out these videos and never get to the point. And see, now that's a fair criticism. I can handle that. But I'm not going to do it today. This is the last item I'm going to pick. We're going to explore this whole issue. Well, it's not the last item I'm going to pick in the whole video, but we're going to explore the issue, and then I'll pick the rest of the stuff, because it's a good day of sales, even though I'm only going to ship out probably 18 things today and leave the rest for tomorrow. This is a Saddleman Cruisin' Deluxe 3-pocket windshield, like dash bag thing for a motorcycle. And I think sold for $44.95 plus shipping. I'm into it for just $5. Ironically, the same yard sale where I bought this is where I bought the books that are it's the discussion topic here. 14 total books, knives, educational books, Levine's Guide to Knives and Their Value book lot. So this one, you might remember if you watch this channel a lot, I sold this for $100 plus shipping. I paid, I don't know what I paid. I think I either paid $1.50 a book. So $14 or $7.50. So I got them pretty cheap. These were pretty valuable. When I got them home, started looking them up one by one. Some of them sell for like $25 a piece. Some of them sell for $10 to $15. This lot right here is probably minimum selling them individually worth about $225. But I decided I was just going to put them all out there in one big lot, sell them off quickly. I didn't pay much. I'd pass it on and get the quick nickel in return, quick dime in return, whatever it is they say. And that's normally not what I do. But I decided I'd do it on this lot right here. I'm going to read the whole thread, the whole discussion. And all of this happened before this feedback was posted. And part of me kind of was thinking this is how this might end up. But I didn't think it would end up in the kind of feedback that was completely dishonest, and I told him so. But obviously it wasn't going to change anything. He hasn't communicated with me since after leaving that feedback. Thank you for your purchase. This is my reply after the person bought it. Thank you for your purchase. I just wanted to make sure that you saw the store was shut down until Tuesday the 19th. So this is a while back. This is November. So I probably sent that message on the 15th or 16th, or I don't know when I sent it. Actually, it says it, November 15th. Then I said, if that's going to be too late for you, I can always cancel the order. If not, I'll get it shipped out on Tuesday when I get back into town. I was out of town, and my boy had a tournament down. I think that was a Myrtle Beach tournament, or we were somewhere. Anyways, by the way, that's always a good thing to do, even if your store's away, because some people don't see it. And it's just a good thing to make sure those folks know that your store's shut down. So, all right, here's his reply on November 26th. Hello, I received the books yesterday, but they were not in the described condition. The item was listed as in good condition. The item. There was multiple items with minimal damage to pages and covers, but all these books have heavy damage to the cover and corners, and many pages are folded. And I'm going to get into all of those issues in a minute, but I want to give you the whole picture first. I can still find use. This is when I started to think, I can still find use for the books, but I think I paid a bit over the price. A bit over what price? But okay, I think I paid a bit over the price. Is there anything you can do for me from here? Let me make sure I read this right, because I don't want to put words in somebody's mouth. Is there anything you can do for me here? Okay. So immediately when I read that, I start thinking, okay, I even went and checked his store. Is this guy a reseller? A lot of folks, you can't tell because they'll buy on one account and they'll sell on another. And I know this is a lot where somebody could make money on it. And a lot of times, I hate to say it, resellers out there, it's resellers who are doing this. I'm not saying this person is. I'm not putting words in their mouth, but this is the thought process that goes through my head. And this person might very well be a collector. He might have wanted one of the books. I don't know. I don't know. But when I read something like that, it's already just a little signal in my head. Hey, this person wants, clearly, this person wants a partial refund. There's no doubt about it in my mind. They've basically said that. Is there anything you can do for me here? So, of course, the first thing I do, I don't respond. I go and check the listing because I didn't post this listing. My wife posts a lot of listings. Matter of fact, she did a ton yesterday. Thank you, baby, if you're listening. I've been a little slow. I try to get a couple in the morning, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe, and then at night as we wind down, maybe watch a show with the family or something. I might try and get a few more up, but boy, she plowed through a bunch. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I go check the listing. The description says, they're in good condition, whatever. The pictures are highly detailed, right? There's tons of pictures in here. Every single book is pictured from the side, from the top, most of them from behind as well, I believe. 20-some pictures is my guess. I didn't count them, so don't take just take my word that it's somewhere around there. There's an ample amount of pictures. There's no way that this person didn't see these pictures. Now, the issue of grading a book, I think he says something later here. I'll just read you my response. I'll probably put some pictures up here too as well. And when you're selling a lot of books, it's not always easy to put a great, put good condition or fair, whatever it is. Because, the books are in different conditions. And there were, in my estimation, after looking at all of that, most of the books were in good condition according to eBay. There were probably there are undoubtedly some that were in acceptable condition, I think. So where do you go? If there's like 4 that are acceptable and 10 that are good, what do you put? For me, when I do the listing, I would put the majority, if the majority of the books. I would have also probably put in the description, please see these pictures, make sure you know what you're getting, that kind of thing. And that didn't have that in the description, but the pictures were more than enough for a description. Now, you've heard me say before that I think that it is in all of our best interest to not do partial returns if you think what you're doing is fair. And I'm going to stick by my words here, and that's what I did. Here's my reply to that request. He didn't say partial refund, but that's what he's asking for. I'm very sorry that you aren't happy with the purchase or the condition of the books. I will be very happy to do a full refund and refund all your money, including shipping costs both ways. That's my response. In other words, hey, dude, if you're fishing for a partial return here, you're not going to get it. I'd rather have the books back anyways. I can sell them for much more individually or pass them on to somebody else who, in my opinion, is being a little bit more honest about the situation. Maybe they are being honest. But what unfolded led me to believe what I initially had suspected is probably true. He says, I appreciate your response. Any chance, he says he's not going to stop. Any chance you can do a partial refund? That way we don't have to go through the hassle of shipping them. So now he just came out and asked what he's looking for. He wants a partial refund on this, and I don't know. I wasn't going to get into it. It didn't matter the cost to me. If it was 20 bucks or 80 bucks, it wouldn't have mattered. If it was 5 bucks, it wouldn't have mattered to me. I'm not going to do a partial refund on this. And I know a lot of you disagree out there, but for me, this is a no-brainer, especially when there's really nothing wrong with the listing. And I'll read through the item condition stuff. And like I said, I put a picture up here. Some of them aren't perfect, there's no doubt. But you can tell in the pictures that are provided. And there are plenty of them that are in very good condition. I don't know if I'd say very good, but good condition, just like the listing stated. But the pictures tell the whole story. All right, so his response is, did I already read mine? Yeah, here we go. I guess I didn't read the response to his last response. So I said, I'm very sorry for your inconvenience, meaning, you know, look, it's not that hard to do a return. This person's got tons of feedback as a buyer on eBay. I suspect, and I don't know this, I guess I won't even say it, but, well, I'll say it now. I suspect he's probably got a different account for selling, but I don't know that for sure, so I don't want to say it. At any rate, I'm very sorry for your inconvenience, but I don't do partial refunds. I'd rather have the whole order back and do a full refund, including your shipping costs. In other words, hey, if you're not happy with this order, I'll make it right. I'll make you full, completely. All you have to do is print off the label, stick it back in the box, and ship it. It's not that hard. You get all your money back. But clearly, this person wasn't completely disappointed with this order. I'd make the argument that he probably, in my opinion, there's a good chance that he did this on purpose, fishing for that return. I don't know that for a fact, so I don't say it as a fact. And his next response was his last response to me. Okay, I'll just leave negative feedback then. All right, I just looked, and that's not the end of the thread, actually. He did respond one more time, and I had responded too, so I'll read that to you. Let me pick one more item. All right, I sold some backgammon pieces, and I didn't do this listing either. I'll tell you what, I've been super busy lately, and my family's been bailing me out, especially my daughter, who's supposed to come down here and ship a few things, and she's got to go to practice a little bit. If I would have done this listing, it would have been 2 separate listings, the dice and the cup in one, and then the backgammon pieces in the other. But you know what? I paid $1 for it. So for $15 plus shipping, and I didn't have to do anything but ship it. I'll take it. I guess now would be a good time to read the category, how they define a book here. And we're not talking about one book. We're talking about 14 books here. So good. The book has been read, but is in good condition. It has very minimal damage to the cover, including scuff marks, but no holes or tears. The dust jacket for hardcovers may not be included. That doesn't apply to this. The binding has minimal wear. The majority of pages are undamaged and minimal creasing or tearing. Minimal pencil underlining of text, no highlighting of texts, and no writing in the margins. There are no missing pages. See the seller's listing for full blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the majority of the books were in that condition. There are some that are in the acceptable condition. The book has obvious wear. It may have some damage to the cover, but its integrity is intact. The binding may be slightly damaged. That was the case for a couple of them, maybe 4. But its integrity is still intact. There are possibly writings in the margins, underlining, highlighting, and text, but there are no missing pages or anything that would compromise the legibility and blah, blah. Okay, you get the point. So, the majority of the books, in my estimation, are in good condition. And let me read what he says next. Actually, let me read the feedback again. Items not as described. That's how he starts it out. That's debatable, but if that was all he left, I'd be like, okay, I'll take it. Maybe next time I need to make sure I say in there, okay, I might put it at the lowest level. If one of the books out of 14 is in acceptable condition, maybe I'll do that. I probably still won't, to be honest with you, but I would probably write a little bit more in the description and say, hey, most of these are in good condition, some of these aren't, something like that. So if that was it, I'd be okay, and you wouldn't be hearing about this. The condition was much worse than described. That is absolutely not the case, and the pictures are clear as day, and there's tons of pictures. Seller unwilling to work. This is what got me. Seller unwilling to work on fixing the issue. Did it sound like I was unwilling to work on fixing the issue? To me, that's the ultimate fix. If you don't like it, if you think I described it wrong or cheating you or whatever it is you think, you're going to be made completely whole. All you got to do is print that label and slap it on there. That's it, or scan it or do whatever. So that's what got me. And then they end it with avoid this seller. And I'm like, whew, now you got me going. So I responded. And I responded in the thread. I didn't respond to the feedback. Haven't yet, by the way. And I'll call eBay and see what can be done. And if they can't do anything about it, I'll just put a response and that'll be the end of it. Wow. Unwilling to fix the problem? ? I offered a full and complete return and refund of your money. How is that being unwilling to fix the problem? Seems rather a bit dishonest, don't you think? See, that's not normally the response I would give. I wouldn't even normally give a response, but I could see this thing unfolding and I could see it happening the whole time. So I was already ready for it. And so I gave a response the next day. And I also said there was an ample amount of pictures of every single book in this listing. When listing a large lot, when I went in and described the, hey, good, acceptable, whatever the rating was, the majority of those books. I assume you looked at all the pictures in the listings and that they are the same books that were sent to you. A full and free return was offered. That seems to me like I was very willing to make sure that this transaction, that you were protected on it. Okay. His response is the majority of the books were in poor condition. Not even acceptable. I don't even think poor is an option on books, but I could be wrong. And you can't really tell from the pictures, which is just absolutely a lie. You absolutely can tell from the pictures. There's one book I like, he says. I was willing to do a partial refund instead of sending everything back, which is a huge hassle. So he liked one book. That's a little telling too, in my opinion. And my response was, hey, the pictures were very clear and there was a lot of them on the listing. I turn the heater off in here when I'm filming because it makes a bunch of noise, so it's getting cold. I had to put my coat on. This is, I think, the last of those Florida State shirts that we got from Death Pile Picker last year. Shout out, Mike. Thank you. Congrats on your new home. Little Sahara. This one sold, boy, it was selling great last year, but they're not so good anymore. 30% off discount, $31.50 plus shipping. By the way, we're going to do some giveaways here in just a second, announce a couple of winners as well, so bear with me as we wrap this part up, pick a few more things, give away some stuff, have the kids in here and do all that stuff we normally do. So tell me, and be honest, tell me down below, and you could maybe pick it apart and say, yeah, you should have done this and should have done this, which, by the way, is a good lesson. There are people out there that will purposely look for a flaw in a listing, buy the item, then express their trouble with the listing, and then try to get a partial refund without returning it. So that does happen. It's something you need to be very aware of, and I am most of the time, I suppose. I still think this listing really had no major problems other than I could have said in the description, hey, most of these are in good condition, some of these are, but he would disagree with that anyways. But maybe if that was in there, that might have deterred him a little bit from buying it, if that was his original intent, which is to resell them or whatever. And I promise you, I mean, he never returned them. He never opened or returned his one. He'd rather keep it, and that's fine with me. Especially if you're going to leave feedback like that, I'm not going to give you that partial return when I suspect that what I am suspecting is probably the case. And you can disagree in the comments, but let me know, what would you do? Would you give a partial return? Would you open that up to discussion at all? I wasn't going to open it up to discussion at all. It's typically not what I do. Now, if I did something that was obviously or ridiculously unfair, or there wasn't enough pictures or something like that, I would have opened up the opportunity for a partial return. But, man, there's just no way on this one. Y'all check it out. Fantasy Forest finally sold. If you've been watching the channel, you've seen this for a long time. I talk about it. I've sold a few over the years. I think I have another one right now. I can't remember. Anyway, this Fantasy Forest, I think is the one I picked up at the 100 Mile Yard Sale 2 years ago. Didn't list it for a long time. Then it's been listed for a long time, and it sold at full price. This one sold, I think it did anyways, sold for $144.95 plus shipping. Buy that, look at that. See that whenever you see that TSR, that's the same stuff you see on the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I don't know if I have any of that left over there. But that stuff, you ever see TSR, pick it up. Next sale I was just slightly disappointed on. I had it listed for $49.95, but it's hard to be disappointed when you sell it for a little less when you only paid $1. It is a Sports Specialties hat. It wasn't perfect, but it's in okay condition. I did not clean the bill. There's a couple little marks on it. But this one, I think this one might be, I don't know. I've had a lot going to East Asia lately. This is a Sports Specialties hat made in Korea. It's a vintage Redskins hat. Pretty cool. And it sold a lot of these, depending on which teams and which scripts and everything. The Sports Specialties can go for big bucks. This one went for $40 plus shipping. We'll do one more here and then do one of the giveaways and then do another giveaway a little down the road. Looking for a Gertie pin. I think this is the right one. I gotta make sure. I gotta double check. But these are going for $5.99 plus shipping. If you're interested in some stocking stuffers, I love these. $5.99 plus shipping. And do they use a code? You can always use code Commonwealth if you're a viewer and get 5% off on any item for that matter. Love these. It is the right one. I always look for hints to see if it's somebody who might be a viewer, like if they use the code Commonwealth or if it says repeat buyer. But it doesn't look like it. I have those listed on dibdit.com as well. I think a little cheaper too. This I sold over on dibdit.com, and this one went to I Love Vintage NYC, who is amazing over there, quite a supporter. We appreciate you very, very much. You buy from all kinds of sellers over there. So thank you. And I decided to put this one over there. What did I put it over there for? $11. Some of these can go like for 20 bucks on eBay. So I put it over there a little cheaper. Whenever we do Dibdit deal of the days, we do that. And we appreciate you very much. It's headed your way. We are going to do the 80stees.com, or announce the winner for the last giveaway in just a second. But I got the name and then I started talking and I forgot it. The name of the four pack. So you get 4 of these of the My Go-To tape. It's going to get sent directly to you for free. Is Lori Ann Curry. And just send me an email at commonwealthpicker@gmail.com and I'll give you the code. You'll go over there to the website and enter the code and it'll be sent to you for free. Compliments of Joe, Old American Bubble Boy. And every time we give one away, we're going to give another one away. So put My Go-To tape. Look, you can see it right here. My Go-To tape. mygo2.com. Put My Go-To tape in the comments below and you'll be entered the winner. We're going to be doing this for the next 2 months. And as always, if you want to go check that stuff out, all the stuff over there, bubble wrap, you can't use the code for that, but anything else over there, any other product, use code Commonwealth, you can get 5% off. See, there's another criticism. If you want to say I'm a shill, then feel free. Any rate, thank you to Joel. Congratulations to the winner. Don't forget to enter that down below. Also, if you want to, because I'm going to be giving them away on, I've done one on Facebook, one on Instagram. I'm going to be doing a couple more of those because he sent me a bunch of codes. You can go over there, and if you ever see a post about that, you can enter over there as well. Give you a better chance to win. Pulled out the college hat bin right here. Sold one of these, and I'm looking for one that's broken. See, that's got a clasp on it. That one looks like it's good. This one must be the one that's broken. Sold it a little cheaper. Took an offer. These usually go 15, 20 bucks sometimes. But this one sold for $10.49 plus shipping because it has that little flaw right there. Oh, since I'm over here, I want to give a big thank you to Gary. Sent me this picture of Mel wearing my t-shirt over there, the Aussie, oh, what am I talking about? Back from Burnout on YouTube. He says he's been watching my stuff. He says he's been watching SM postcards and Popeye's postcards on YouTube as well. So Gary, thank you, and thank you for always being awesome to us. He always sends a postcard because he's Gary Allum at the Postcard Shack, and he sends some stickers. So we'll put those up back there as well. You know what? I'll show it to you. I don't often show this. I've run out of space on these boards. We're starting to run out of space on these right here as well. So I'll have to add that to it. And I sold a Bluey, and this one is a viewer sale. So thank you. I think we had 2 viewer sales going out today. Little Bluey plush. Picked this one up at a sale not too long ago. You can check it out on the Commonwealth Picker channel. This one's going to Junkman's Treasures. Very cool. Hi, Kevin. Buying this for my 4-year-old son. We actually watched 5 minutes of your picking content every evening as part of our bedtime routine. Just 5 minutes? I'm kidding. It's a calming effect. I guess that's a good thing. He also likes to scat. Its opening theme. I don't know what scat means. Sing? I don't know. That's cool. I like that theme too. Thank you for your content. It has made me a better reseller. ADH Dave's content, however, has This made me worse. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Best wishes to you on a prosperous new year. That's John. John, I appreciate you very much. I hope your boy enjoys it. He is a seller over there on, well, I think he sells on Dipted too, but Junkman's Treasure sells on Commons. I think he's made 25 plus sales. 27, I think, is the last I looked. And he sold that on Commons already. So go check him out over there. I gotta get a hat out of here real quick if that stays put. There, found it fairly easily. Wasn't too deep in that bin. Reynolds aluminum. I picked this out of a dollar bin. I love digging through hats, as you know. And didn't pick many that day, but I picked one or two, and this one sold for $16.95. Plus shipping. So tell me, would you contact eBay? Would you try and get it removed? I think I am. Gonna try at least. What the heck, I'm not gonna spend forever on it. Or would you just reply to the feedback and leave your side of the story? Or there's a third option. I'll talk about that in a minute. But these shoes, look at that. I'm having a good day. Everything seems to be easily findable. A lot of times I have to stop the camera and dig and then turn it back on, so I'm bored to tears. These didn't sell for much, but I only paid $5. They sold for $25 plus shipping. Some of y'all know this. Some of y'all probably use it. I don't spend a lot of time and energy blocking people and doing all that. I just don't think it's necessarily worth the time. I also don't put people out on blast unless it's a real attack on my character and integrity or something like that. I don't think this rises to that level. But I do think, I mean, I did this as a teacher. I did this as a baseball coach. You know, I can handle all kinds of criticism, but when you start to say things that are just blatantly not true, then I have an issue, and I feel like, you know, that's when we defend. Maybe I'm old school. I don't know. You kind of defend your own. If it's my name we're talking about, not a stupid... I hear a dog out here. That would be awesome. Oh, my goodness. We got a dog back in here. You got an underground fence now. I was hoping you'd come out and visit. Yeah, somebody bought your ornament. Reagan might have to thank... We had one or two of his ornaments left, not Wallen's. You want a treat? I'm so happy to see you, bud. I'm a little surprised Poncho isn't here. All right, back to the story. So you can go out there now. There's a Facebook group or something where you report a bad buyer and people go out and block that person or whatever. I don't know. It's not really worth my time, but it is an option. And, you know, I have a social media channel. I try not to do anything different than I would otherwise, but I think these stories are important for resellers. So tell me what you would do down below in the comments. Sold a golf club head cover, Ping G425. This is the second of the viewer sales today. So not often you sell a club head cover to a viewer. $10.95 plus shipping. All right, Wallen's whining for a few more treats. I guess I'll give him some. This one went to Brian. Hi, I'm a long-time viewer, first-time buyer, and subscriber of your YouTube channel. So it's a fake sale. All right, I'll let you out, bub. And he was a seller on eBay, stopped selling on eBay, and he's back. And it's been going for 3 years. He says, happy holidays to all of you. Thank you, Brian. It's 4, the number 4, low, the number 2, go slow. 4 low to go slow. I like it. Is that a golf reference? Thanks, Brian. Sold another Squishmallow, which I don't necessarily suggest selling. However, there can be some good ones, and there can be. I bought them in a big, giant lot. Sold a bunch on Dibdit, but sold a bunch over here, too. This is Block the Bulldog. It's like a weight training. I don't know. But it's new with tags. So I bought it for $1. Sold it for $12.95 plus shipping. All right, y'all. Reagan's got some sales out of CommonwealthPicker.com. What do you got, babe?
Tavares got a number 3 Animal Man and a blacklight, and Dana got a blacklight.
Very good. And we've ordered 200 of these. We're going to have to order them again. Yeah. I don't know.
I
don't like to have to. It's like the third time that we get left with a bunch. So maybe we won't, but we'll see.
But they're small, so it's not like much of a storage issue.
That's true. It's a good point. Right there, I think it says we're getting towards the end of the road because you got to ship a couple out today as well. So thank y'all for supporting this charity. Well, supporting Reagan. There is a charitable portion to it. I should say $1 of every sale goes to one of the 4 charities, and we have a charity auction coming up too, which this might air after it, unfortunately, but at any rate, we'll promote it other places. Reagan, thank you for all your help lately, and you got to ship. I shipped, your mom shipped. Now it's time for you to ship, so thank you, babe.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at
Oh, wait a minute.
commonwealthpicker.com.
There's no stickers.
This is the wrong one.
Oh my gosh.
Where did you
that's
lost
the
it
wrong
again?
one. No, it's upstairs.
Okay.
Oh well, thank you, baby. Did you say it?
Yeah, I already said it.
All right. This is another thing I don't necessarily suggest buying, which is mugs, but I still do from time to time if you get them cheap enough. This is Mickey Mouse Club, and it should be a Anchor Hawking or a Fireproof, Fire King, Oven Proof. I should know. I gotta get Tim. Tim would have known. It's in good shape. Paid $1. Sold for $9.95 plus shipping. Let's give away that 80stees.com t-shirt really quick. We gave away on a show not too long ago. And the winner is Anthony C. 7900. And looks like you've been a subscriber for a long time. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Appreciate anybody who subscribes, watches, listens, anything. You guys are awesome to us. And I can't say that enough. We are incredibly blessed to have so many people, for whatever reason, watch this show. I really, really do appreciate it. And congratulations to you. Send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. That was the one where you got to go to 80stees.com, pick out the shirt you liked, and you're going to get that shirt. I didn't ask for permission, so cross our fingers. Like I said, if they didn't say yes to me, I would pay for it myself. But I bet they will. Go check them out. Code Commonwealth over there. This next sale is going to make the Trash to Cash podcast, which if you're watching that, why? But for some reason, there's some folks who like it. I might not be one of them, but anyway, this is something that is sold for $5 plus shipping. Real Tree Monster Bucks. I sold a few off in a lot and then realized this wasn't in there. I listed a long time ago for like $10. It never ever sold. And so I just dropped it, relisted the thing. I'm like, just get it sold. And it did $5 plus shipping. We got to turn over some Commonwealth comedy. What do you got, bud?
What do monkeys sing at Christmas?
What do monkeys sing at Christmas? I know this one.
Jungle bells.
Jungle bells. Very good. Thank you, bud. And I almost forgot a thank you to Tavares. I think that's right. He bought plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. A few folks have lately, and I'll thank you in the next videos. All right, so tell me where I'm right, where I'm wrong. What would you do in the comments below? I'm always interested to hear what other people have to say. And I'm okay with what happened and the way it happened. I would rather have the feedback than to give a partial refund on that. That's just me. So tell me what you think, and I'll keep you updated if I call eBay and see if they can change it. Or contact eBay. I haven't contacted them in so long. I don't even know what the best way is. It changes all the time. I should probably check that out. So thank you all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.